Hey guys, what's up? WrestleRyan521, and today I'm going to be showing you my custom LEGO Pennywise painted minifigure. This is, of course, from the 2017 remake of It. One of my favorite movies of last year. Coming from a non-horror fan, I just think they did a really good job updating the story. I love that while the clown, while Pennywise is a big part of the story and connects all the characters, it really is about the kids. And I think that is really what kind of gave the movie a lot of heart and why it was one of my favorite movies of the year. But that being said, Pennywise was still, my god, they did him justice in this movie. I think it is kind of ironic to say that the kids were the best part of It, but then to not make any of the Losers Club, to just make Pennywise. But, it's fun to make a horror movie character, so I just kind of felt like, I think it'd be fun to kind of go forward with this. Not to mention, Pennywise is going to remain constant, like, his appearance at least, will probably remain constant throughout the two movies. He's still going to be the clown in part 2. Maybe not towards the end, but, towards the beginning, at least in part 2, he'll remain the clown, whereas all the kid characters are going to look all different. They're going to be grown up, so I figured he's going to be the constant character of the two films. It'd be the best to probably make him. And this is a figure that I debated whether or not I wanted to make for months. Seriously, ever since I saw the movie way back in September, I was like, okay, I want to make a figure of him, but so many people are, and I think it's going to be really challenging to make, and it turned out to not be that challenging, except for a lot of the sculpted elements, but for the most part he's pretty straightforward, so we'll just get started with him. I'll stop talking about why I made him, and we'll just start showcasing the figure. So, as you can see the front of him, he's kind of got his, his old, Victorian Gothic type clothes on. He's got, the little, I don't know what you call this little neck piece right here that they wore back, in old England. He's got, his, kind of jumpsuit type of thing, the red little, buttons or, little balls or whatever. They just got, puff balls or whatever you want to call them on his, torso there. He's got the little belt on, and then the stripes of the outfit. You see he's got, a little bit of a skirt thing painted on, or sculpted on. He's got, little puffy features of his arms kind of sculpted on there, and then painted gray. He's got, little dots on his little red dots on his shoes with white stripes, and then the shoes are painted black overall. You can see some of the sculpted features on his arms. The back of him, as you can see, he's got the back of the stitching of his little corset piece, whatever he's wearing, his outfit, and then the back of the belt, the back of the shoes. You can see a lot of the sculpted elements kind of make him look a little bit wider, a little bit fatter than a traditional figure.
Kiss me, fat boy!
So then if we turn it over here, you can see we've got the balloon that I kind of sculpted onto this ski pole piece. I really like the way that came out. I thought that was a cool feature, or a cool accessory to add to him. One of my favorite features or favorite details is on his hands. You can see he's got some gray printing or some gray painting. That's to resemble one of my all-time favorite shots in the film is when he's coming towards the kids in the Neibolt house, and you can see the claws, the werewolf claws extending out of his glove, and his glove is kind of all torn up and everything. You can see the claws coming out. And I wanted to, just because I love that shot so much, I wanted to kind of replicate it in Lego form. So you can see there's patches of gray for this real skin. There's werewolf skin kind of coming through through the gloves. You can kind of see some more of the ruffles or whatever sculpted down here by his shoes. His hair, and then of course his forehead was all sculpted on. You can see there the back of the hair doesn't look too great because I had to kind of I had to do 2 layers of sculpting on it. Because the first time I sculpted the hair did not look good. It looked really bad from the bottom, so I wanted to salvage the top, because I thought the top of the hair as well as the forehead turned out really good, so I kind of was able to cut out, carve around all, everything, this little, everything but the bottom of the hair right here. So I had to resculpt the bottom of the hair, and also kind of make it match up the top, which was already pre-sculpted, so I think I did a decent job. The back of the hair could definitely look better, but from the front I'm really happy with it. You can kind of see he's got just the wacky Pennywise hair. He's got the giant forehead, and then his face is a different face. I actually painted it to look like his face when he comes out, the face he has in the projector scene, where he's got the really wide grin with the teeth kind of coming out. I just thought, other than a traditional angry Pennywise face, I even thought about doing maybe gluing a pole or something going through his head to kind of replicate the scene, the way he looks when Beverly stabs the fire poker through his head in the Neibolt house. But I thought this look was kind of more iconic than that, and I thought this one just looked the coolest of the 3 face designs I could have done. So I went with this, and I actually really like it. So you can see he's kind of got like the red lines connecting his eyes and his mouth. You can see just some lines around his mouth. You can see like the razor sharp teeth. I think the teeth design looks really good in this figure. I even painted the nose on. And you can see the eyes are, one of the eyes is actually, it looks off-centered. And you might think that's the one where the mistake was made, but the mistake was actually made on the other eye, his right eye, where you can see the eye is actually centered, because I was actually trying to replicate Pennywise's, kind of, not cross-eyed, like kind of his, I don't know what you would call it, but you know how like he's kind of like looking in both directions. I can't think of the term for it. But the crazy thing he does with his eyes, where like, you know, they're looking in different directions when he's like attacking people. So I was trying to kind of replicate that. So the one that's off-centered actually is the correct one, but the other one, I unfortunately was actually not trying to center it. Funny enough, for once. But it came out that way, and it looks fine. I think it actually looks better when one of them is off-centered too. It kind of makes it look even more creepy, more crazy. But yeah, there is Pennywise, guys. I'm really happy I went through and finally decided to make this figure. I really am proud of the result, and I think it's one of my favorite figures I've ever done, just for the sheer amount of detail I put into him and all the sculpted elements. Sculpting could be a little bit better, but overall I actually really like how it turned out. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you in the next video. Peace out.
Be pretty.